Wednesday. It's time to wake up. I believe we were all born to be rich, abundant, and successful. There's still plenty of time to use social media to create your summer of success. Wake Up Wednesday starts right here, right now. Today, we're talking to Mary Laladur to talk about how to create your summer of success with social media. So, Mary, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. Well, I am a full-time social media and marketing guru. I do marketing for a theater company full-time, and I also have my own business doing social media for small businesses. And I've been working in the industry for 8 years now, which is crazy to say.
Yeah, so Mary is helping me with my social media. So if you have noticed an improvement in my social media, kudos to Mary. Give her a high five. So, how would you recommend somebody start or expand their social media experience?
Well, the first thing I'd recommend is just figure out who you're trying to reach. A lot of people will think that whether they're starting from scratch or trying to reinvent themselves on social media, that they need to be everywhere and be on every network or the hottest, new app, which isn't true though. You have to go where the people are. So depending on what your audience is and who you're trying to reach, especially if you're a group, make that your focus when you're choosing your social network to either increase your content or change your content.
And how do you know what platform is best for reaching your ideal client?
So there's a couple things that go into it. One is like the age range for your for the demographic for each network. So if it's a bit older, kind of like 25 to 40, a little older than Instagram. But it's also where a lot of moms are who in many households make purchasing decisions. So if you have consumable products or, are kind of a more of a fun recreational base, where people are spending their extra money, that's a good place to be. Instagram skews younger. It sticks to like that 25-34 age range, those typical millennials and a lot of entrepreneurs as well. Although LinkedIn is picking up quite a bit for entrepreneurs in addition to Instagram. The demographic is kind of in that middle range as well. And a lot of people are actually using it more actively daily than in the past. A recent study I saw, it went up about 22% from the last couple of years. People are using it as a way to share content in addition to just, apply for jobs and share articles here and there. So places, I mean, obviously there's still Twitter and TikTok out there. TikTok definitely skews the youngest, but a lot of, again, consumable brands are seeing huge product purchase increases from things that, brands that do well on TikTok. So that's something else to keep in mind, that people's, purchasing decisions are being influenced by something as what feels arbitrary as TikTok. But in addition to knowing where the people are that you want to reach, you also want to look at what you have in your art. Lynn, since we're on, I'm with you, I'll just talk about some of the content you have. A lot of the things you have to share are motivational quotes, word-based content, testimonials from people. But you also have all these videos. You go live every week, plus some of your other video series. All of that can be repurposed across the different channels. So especially with focusing on trying to talk to entrepreneurs over this summer of success, we started working with TikTok, which is definitely a new, as you have all this video at your disposal, that's going to work really well for you and gives us some new things to do on Instagram as well. So it just depends. If you have a lot of that visual content, like Instagram is a great place to be. TikTok's a good place if it's a lot of it is video. So you have to look at what you already have. You don't have to reinvent the wheel necessarily.
Yeah, and I think that is important for people because sometimes I hear people say, I just don't have the time to do all of that. When if you really look at what you have and what you can do with what you have to share with what you have with different platforms, it makes it so much easier. Yeah, and I do just want to talk about TikTok. TikTok is a new thing for me, so I am spreading my wings and TikToking. Every time I hear TikTok, I think of the captain from Captain Hook with his little clock. So it's not really Captain Hook with the little clock, but TikTok is a great place to be. So check me out on TikTok. So, Mary, let me just ask you, why is it important to use social media during your perceived slow season? How would that help people?
Well, it just keeps you in the front of people's minds, especially for a lot of business owners who do more service based types of things, or even people who sell products. If your products are great or your services are great, it might not be something people need on a regular basis. An insurance agent where your regular clients, only meet with you once a year or something like that. So staying on social media during those times helps you kind of stay in their mind as someone they want to reach out to, or just anything you're up to. But also, one thing I found, especially in the last few years with all the struggles many businesses have faced, is when you employ honesty on your social media. Even you could even say, hey, this is my slow season, but I'm using it to recharge in this way. It gives you another thing that you can connect with, potential clients, your current clients, or even your friends about through your business page. And it also makes you a little more relatable entrepreneur. So if someone might see that and relate to that, start following your content, and then, they'll be delivered the more salesy messages that you kind of hope they will in your busier season.
Yeah, great. So, is there anything else you think people should know about using social media to increase their profit?
Well, well, the biggest question I get asked, and I'll share this with you, is, how do I go viral? How do I make all my followers grow really fast or get lots of likes? If there was a secret sauce, I would share it. There isn't one. And I think letting go of the attachment to those numbers, obviously you want good engagement on your social media. You want lots of people to be liking and engaging with your content. But you need to think about quality over quantity. Even if your audience is small, if you have people that are constantly connecting with you anyway, that's just as has millions of followers that might not get as many comments, or people who are interested in what they have to say. So there is no amount of posting or followers that are too small. Just it everything takes time to grow, and just enjoy it as well. I know it feels like a chore for so many of us, myself, what I do, but enjoy it. And you don't have to be perfect on social either. I think everyone is always looking for that like perfect blanket solution, but it's changing all the time. Facebook changes, I feel like, at least once a month. So you're allowed to change with it.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I found is just do it and it becomes enjoyable. I can remember when I started doing my videos, it almost seemed like a chore, and then each time I did one, it got more and more fun, and now I really look forward to doing this. So, thank you for sharing your expertise with us, Mary. And until next time, dream bravely, act boldly,